Hey everyone, so I got something new and I thought I would showcase it. This is the OMP Hobby M2. This is the second version. So the original version came out about 3 years ago, and this version came out about a year ago. So it's not brand new on the market or anything, but it's something I've always wanted, and I finally have it. So let's just do basically a quick unboxing and just check it out. So this is the box it comes in. It's actually pretty nice. I got the yellow one. As you can see on top, it comes in 3 different colors. Looks like some kind of purple, orange, and yellow. So the box is kind of like a sleeve like this. It just comes right out. And the original box that you get is actually pretty nice. So it's actually something to keep and not throw out. So like that. Pop it open, and it opens up like a clamshell design. And now I will say that I have taken this out and flown it, but I put everything back exactly as I found it. So this is pretty much what you're going to see if you buy this helicopter. So what you get in the box is obviously the helicopter itself right here. You get a bunch of parts, some zip ties. Looks like a main shaft and a feathering shaft, some screws, and I think some O-ring, some servo linkages. So you get that. You get 1 battery with it. Looks just like that. Is it a? Yeah, it's their own brand of battery. You get a manual which only deals with the actual electronic flight controller. It doesn't really tell you anything about the mechanical part of the physical mechanical part of the helicopter. So you get that, you get that, you get that. I even left the delicatessen in there, just so you could see exactly what you get. And then there's the helicopter itself. Pops right out, and that's it. And I do like this case. This is pretty much how I transport. I keep all of it. Yeah. So let's push that out of the way, and the unboxing is pretty much over now. Very exciting. So this is what I got with it. So just taking a look at this is a pretty brand new design. So for a helicopter with a motor driven tail, we also have a direct drive here. So it's got, take this off, pop this out, putting this up. There's no gearing on this. There's no transmission, no nothing. The motor is directly attached to the main shaft, the main mast, whatever you want to call it, and that's how it flies. Because there's no gearing or anything, this motor is pretty beefy. It's probably one of the biggest motors I've ever seen in a RC helicopter. But so you've got that directly under there. Let me take this canopy off, which is actually pretty nice. It's plastic, but it's pretty thick plastic. This comes off right here, like that. Put that aside. And now, once again, I said that I have flown this, so this piece right here did not come with it. I have a Spectrum radio, so I bought the appropriate, I guess they call it a satellite. And this basically it will bind with my Spectrum radio, whereas this will not bind with my Spectrum radio. So I needed a DSMX compatible satellite. They also have the S-Bus connection there too for anything that is, I guess it's Futaba uses that. Anyways, there's 2 versions. There's the Explorer version, which has more plastic on it, and then there's the M2, the M2 version. And that's this version. It comes with a lot more metal. I don't really see any plastic on this at all other than this case right here. You get, this is the version 2, so you get these nice nylon landing gear, which is pretty rugged looking. Everything's metal. The servos cases are metal, and the servo gears are metal. They've designed it so that the servo horns here are a little bit weak, so that's going to be your brake point if you crash. And they did give me extra ones here. So when they do break, there's extra ones right in here. You probably can't see that. Yeah, you can. So that's your brake point to kind of save some of the other, to save the servos and such. This one controller board here runs everything. Here is, I believe, for the tail, and then this is for the main motor. This is where you plug in your battery. It comes with, I think it's XT30, and you can mount your satellite if you need it anywhere. You can use their own, what's it called, radio, but I chose not to. I already have a radio. So overall, it's a nice compact design. I believe this is actually physically, this is a Makito Logo 200, if I said that right. And OMP Hobby designed all the, I believe, are behind all the electronics. This right here, obviously, the servos, and the motors seem to be Sunny Sky, it says. I don't know if they own that, but so it looks like they did something with they're able to get their hands on a Logo 200. It's pretty much the exact same model, and then they outfitted it with all their electronics. And it's so it looks like their OMP is mostly designing the electronics here. So moving on to the electronics, this is the V2 version of the M2. M2 V2, that's the whole thing. The original one didn't, there's a lot of settings here. I'm not going to go into it here, but you can do all kinds of things like adjust the agility of the helicopter, how robotic it feels, or how shifty it feels. You can do your gyro gains, mostly for the tail, and you can even do the speed of the, let me see if I can get a good shot of this. You can even do the speed of your servos here. Now currently I have flown it and I didn't really change anything. I added my satellite, I didn't level the swash plate, I didn't do anything, and it flies really well. I may actually see if I can level the swash plate a little better, but at this point it flies just great. I believe the main upgrade of the V2 is this updated flight controller, which does everything. And at the same time, they also changed the tail boom and has like a teardrop. I don't know, it's like a knife. It's sharp on the bottom, not really sharp, but it's not circular anymore. I guess that's supposed to make it stronger. Another thing about this, I was pretty surprised flying this one. The tail, I mean, it's very reactive for a motor-driven tail. It's extremely reactive. I can barely tell the difference between this and my servo-driven tails. It's very solid, and even when you give it full throttle, it seems to hold its tail full collective, I would say, to go up. It gives you it's locked in there pretty solid. So I don't know how they did that exactly, but it works really well. So you get a lot of aluminum parts, whole aluminum head, swash plate, all these braces here, and then the rest is carbon fiber. And what's nice about this is you break a piece of it, you just take that carbon fiber piece off and then replace it. The whole helicopter doesn't fall apart when you remove a piece of carbon fiber. Other than that, this tail fin isn't too hard to change out. You just have to pull this plate, and then it comes right off, reinstall it, and put the plate back on. Sometimes that's an issue. You have to like pull the whole motor out of everything, and but anyway, so that's a pretty good design. Their blades are a little different. They're not quite 200 sized blades. So actually, I did make a mistake now that I'm thinking about it. I said the whole rotor was 200. Now the blades are 200, so the whole rotor would be almost 400, I believe. And I've also noticed their blades are made out of some kind of plastic. It looks like fiberglass infused plastic, and it's very rigid, very hard, and they're thicker and they're wider too. You could see that. So I was told these are the best blades for this helicopter, so don't change them out. That's what I was told. I still don't know that much about it, but so that's that. The battery mount's right under here, and it's a pretty neat design. So this is the one that came with it, but I'm not really using this battery. I'm actually going to sell it. I found better batteries that I like better. There's a Gens Ace, they're 700s. Yeah, Gens Ace 700 batteries. And what you do is you just Velcro strap the plate and everything all the way to it, right to it. And then when you want to put the battery in, all you got to do is just pretty much line it up and then slide it in. And there you go. Snaps right in. And then to get it out, there's a little clip here. Put my fingers like that. Push the clip forward or out, and this pops right out. Just like that. Oh, the Velcro's getting caught on it. That's why. There you go. And it pops right out. And that's how I did that. Now what I did was, instead of unwrapping this every time, all 3 batteries have their strap and their plate, and it wasn't really expensive. They were cheap. So everything's got a plate and a strap. And so I don't really play with that. And yeah, because I was trying to undo it every time and it was annoying. I was like, this doesn't help. But if you just buy them for every battery, yeah, that makes it so much easier. So that's pretty much it for just a first look. I don't really know what else to say. Yeah, so the main upgrade for the V2 is, I think it's the landing gear is now nylon instead of carbon fiber. This has been massively upgraded, this electronics, giving you a lot more settings that you can set right inside the helicopter directly. And then I believe the tail boom is brand new too. Instead of circular, it's a different shape. And everything seems to be, I've flown it quite a few times. It flies great. Tail performance is great, better than I can actually believe. It flew right out of the box and it hovered pretty well. Other than that, I'm going to probably try to level the swash plate, and that's it. I haven't crashed it yet, so it's pretty much in good condition. And you'll most likely have to add yourself a satellite. If you have a Spectrum radio, what I will do is leave a link to this module right here. I don't know about Futaba, but I'll leave a link in the description as to where I got, well, where you can find this, what it is, and where you can find it. It works great. Never heard of this company. I forget what the name is, and but it works fine. So I'll do that for you. So that's really my first look on this little guy. So I'm still learning it and stuff like that. Other than that, I did get my own canopy. I like the Angry Birds one, mostly because, I don't know, for some reason I really pick up the red in flight. And so that's generally what I fly, but if I destroy it or crash, this one's pretty nice too. It's plastic. At least I'll have a backup until I can buy a new one. And that's it. So I really haven't modded anything on this helicopter at all, other than the canopy, and I added my satellite, which I needed. So that's about it for this one. I don't know what else to say. So I am going to have a flight video of this one, and you know, flying it around the park and seeing what it can do, so you can actually see it. And yeah, that's about it for this one. So thanks for watching. All right, bye.